The virtual stage is set for tomorrow night, showcasing the best music scene in the country. This morning, we are talking, of course, about the Detroit Music Awards and all the diverse talent Michigan has to offer. Here now, previewing the 31st annual ceremony is Howard Hertz, local entertainment attorney and the organizer of the Detroit Music Awards. Howard, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Pleasure to be here.
So let's talk about this event. This is the 31st edition of the Detroit Music Awards. How have things changed over the years since the ceremony first started?
Well, it started actually at the Music Hall the very first year. I think it was 1992. But we found that all seating in rows and rows and rows didn't work. So we moved over to what was the State Theater, now the Fillmore, so we could have tables and a little more of a atmosphere where people could be together, see each other. And it's been there ever since until the pandemic. And now we've got, this is our third year of being a virtual show. And we're hoping that things continue to open up and that we can have some events at least where the musicians can get together. That's the most important part of the night, is having musicians from all genres of music come together for really what amounts to a big party.
Absolutely. And let's talk about some of the musicians that are going to be highlighted during this year's event. Can you talk about this year's many nominees? What are some of the standouts for you?
Well, the nominees, I mean, there are so many. We have 50 categories. We've actually scaled it down to 50 categories.
Wow, that's a big event.
By joining some together, and not all of them will be presented or announced during the show itself. But we have many well-known artists from Detroit, like Thornetta Davis and Tino Gross, Jill Jack, Galen McKinney, that are multi-nominees. And then there's a newer one, for example, who's a multi-nominee. Not that he's a newer musician, but newer in the multi-nominee category, Jason Charbonneau, who came out with a great blues album this year. He's also he's a guitarist, he's a cellist, multi-talented artist. So it's good to see new people that are getting on the screen, let's say.
And a variety of different music too, which is so great to see. And I know that tomorrow's event is not only going to be highlighting Michigan talent, but it's also going to be supporting a really important cause. Can you tell us about Music Saves UA? What is this organization all about?
Well, Music Saves EA is a project that was organized by the All-Ukrainian Association of Music Events, the largest music organization in the Ukraine. They started this in order to raise funds to help citizens get out of Ukraine or get away from the danger zones and help move them to places where they can be rescued. So a portion, we're doing it on a new platform, relatively new since the pandemic, called Mandolin, and mandolin.com. And we're asking for a $5 or more donation to watch and view the awards, which are tomorrow night, Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And from that $5, a portion of the proceeds is going to go to the cause in Ukraine to help rescue citizens.
And Howard, for people who are interested in streaming this event, do they need to pre-register or can they just hop on tomorrow at 8 o'clock to watch?
It's a good idea to pre-register because it's a new system. One of the reasons for it is the last 2 years we've had some issues on Facebook Live and on YouTube to have such a lengthy event continue on without some of the robots that get in the way when you're playing music. So we decided it was necessary and great to go with Mandolin, which is the best and largest streaming service for music in the country right now. And it's good to go on ahead of time. You can go to mandolin.com, or one of the easiest ways would be to go to our Facebook page ahead of time today or earlier in the day tomorrow and click on the link to our event, buy a ticket for $5. There's also a VIP after party for another $5, or you can actually donate more. And then you'll be all set and ready to go when the show comes on.
Howard Hertz with the Detroit Music Awards. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, and we hope you have a great show tomorrow. Looking forward to it.
Give me another 30 seconds just to highlight a couple of the acts that are going to be performing. We have 11 acts, so there's Greta Van Fleet, there's Black Book, a classical genre-bending pianist, there's Mac Saturn, a new up-and-coming group, there's an all-star gospel tribute to the 50th anniversary of Aretha Franklin's Amazing Grace, and the cast of Broadway's Ain't Too Proud, which is the life and times of the Temptations. So, and there's more, but that's just highlighting some of the acts we're going to have performing.
A lot to look forward to tomorrow night. Howard, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Great. Thanks for having me.